Creating from the Heart, the Artistry of Living. I'm Suzy Vance, and I'm here today with Holly Martinez, who is going to tell us everything about Little Wolves in Michigan City. So tell me, what is Little Wolves?
So Little Wolves is a preschool or a pre-kindergarten building, I should say, under Michigan City area schools. We currently have rooms for children that were 4 years old by August 1st, or as they turn 4, they go ahead and they enroll. We are hoping to expand to a 3-year-old room after winter break. We surveyed families in the community and we had about 23 families express interest. So now I'm working with some other team members in Michigan City to get that up and running. So we have that in place. So then that would be awesome to have that opportunity for our families. But then as well, we're able to work with them as a 3-year-old, as a 4-year-old to really make sure that they are kindergarten ready when they turn 5. Yes. So this is the second year that Little Wolves has been in existence. It's my first year as director. It's an awesome program. Right now we have 3 classrooms. Our class sizes are about 15 apiece. We have 2 adults. Yes. So state licensing allows either 12 4-year-olds, 12 4 or 5-year-olds to 1 adult, or 24, but we would cap the classes at 22. But right now we're sitting at about 15 and we have 2 adults in each room. We have a full day option, a half day option. They have their morning snack. They have lunch, recess, rest time, which is going on right now. So it was a perfect opportunity for me to step out. Everything is pretty quiet on the home front over there. We do a reading curriculum and a math curriculum. We want to make sure that our students are prepared for kindergarten and beyond. It's imperative that they're going into kindergarten with the skills that were once taught in kindergarten, but are now needed to be acquired, a little bit earlier. So there is that focus on reading and math, but also a very big focus on developmental learning through imaginative play, play-based learning, students having choices at their centers. A third of the day actually has to be dedicated to free choice play. So that would include recess, and then they have opportunities to do math centers, reading centers, art, writing, dramatic play. They're doing blocks, puzzles.
So they're learning about themselves and they're learning how to get along with other people.
Exactly. So the well-being standards really hit that for Indiana. The Indiana Early Learning Standards, that's our guide or our framework to help us identify that the things we are doing in the classroom are aligned with that, making sure to prepare them for kindergarten. So they're learning conflict resolution. They're learning how to share and play with each other. Some kiddos that have never been in a daycare setting or school setting before, this is a great opportunity for them to learn, okay, I'm going to work on this puzzle collaboratively with 2 other kids. Yesterday I was in the rooms and we were working on the little, the magnetic boards where you can go ahead and write out letters and then erase it, or numbers. And so then we were also working on different patterns. So a focus right now is an AB pattern. And
what's that?
So let's say I've got stars and circles. So I'm going to make an AB pattern. So I'm going to have star A, circle B, star A, circle B. So those 2 different items, but you're making it in every other, in every other thing. So that's where the AB pattern comes from. And then as they get older, then they'll go ahead and they'll move on to ABC, then maybe ABCD. So we just use the letters for pattern recognition as it's stated in the standards. But there was one little boy, he was missing a piece to finish up his AB pattern. And then another girl took from hers and said, oh, here you go. I have one for you, you can use. And it's like the fact that they're already learning how to share and be teammates and help one another, it's huge. And so we really are hopeful that our students, when they leave us at the end of this upcoming year and they go on to kindergarten, we're hopeful that the elementary schools are like, you guys are rocking it, keep it up, because if they're happy, we're happy. We just want to make sure that we're preparing our students as much as possible.
This is fabulous. So this didn't exist before. Is that right?
It started off in the making under Dr. Barbara Easton Watkins. She was a huge supporter of getting an early childhood center that was attached to Michigan City area schools. We have Head Start that's available, but it's not available to all, and there's usually a pretty hefty wait list. So to make a pre-K option more attainable to our families, Little Wolves came into existence. So they opened their doors for the first time in August of 2023. There were 14 children last year, the flagship year, learning through trial and error. And now this year we are up to 35 students, and we continue to grow every day as
Word of mouth.
Yep, word of mouth. We've given family tours.
And this is a location that was a university or a college.
Yep, it was Old Brown Mackey College,
Yeah,
so right on
right.
the corner of Highway 20 and Woodland. And I'm sure you've driven by it before and you saw the playground. So
Sweet.
it's amazing now. We've got this gorgeous private security fence that goes around. It is completely secured. The playground has expanded. It's a lot bigger than what it was last year. So there's plenty of options for our children to get out and get active and work on those gross motor skills. We also have quite a few items that are going to be coming to the center to support when we need indoor recess, because once we get into those winter months, we're probably going to be having indoor recess a little bit more than we'd like.
So how did you get involved in preschool?
Well, I was a principal in Michigan City. I was at Knapp Elementary School for
Okay.
about 4.5, 5 years. And then when my husband and myself found out that we were expecting in May of 2023, I'd asked Dr. McCollum if there were any other opportunities for me to step into. I knew I needed to take a step back. So last year, I was only here half of a year. Last year, I was out December onward on maternity leave. And I actually worked as a coach to help the former director, and then also at the high school a little bit, doing some data analysis and just some overall building operation things, support there. And then when it was coming time for me to transition back into here, I was told, hey, we're moving you to Little Wolves. And so here I am, and it's been a great fit. I feel like I've been able to really learn the ins and outs of early childhood education. And even just looking at the standards. I have a 9.5-month-old, so looking at what he's doing in the standards, and now just the progression that I should see from him, and then what we're seeing in our classrooms with our 4 and 5-year-olds, it's really cool. And then looking at what they're going to be leaving us doing is even better. We are going to implement, we don't do report cards, but we have a quarterly assessment, which will be like what Michigan City does for report cards. They'll have parent-teacher conferences, and it's going to be an opportunity to sit down with the family, show them this is where your kiddo is at right now at this point in the year. And then every quarter they're going to see going across the progression that their child has made.
Nice.
And then at the end of the year, when we know the elementary schools that the kids will be going to, we'll send it over to their elementary school as well. So the teachers have it for next year.
And not every kid's doing this.
I'm sorry?
Not every kid that's coming into the school system is doing this. Every kid that enters first grade, do they go through this?
The kindergarten assessments are different than what we're doing here. This is just something specific to Little Wolves.
So is your ambition, I guess I should say, to get every kid that's ever going to go to kindergarten and into the school system to go through Little Wolves?
I would absolutely love that. And I think Michigan City area schools would as well, because we follow the same habits of character. We are tied into the district's strategic plan. We have a lot on our end that we do communications, family events wise, that are going to help prepare them for what the elementary expectations will be for families. But then also it's nice if they have older siblings. So families that are enrolling their kids at Little Wolves, they like the fact that, oh, my child has the same fall breaks, winter break, Thanksgiving break as what their sibling does in pre-K. Now, one thing that is unique about us is that we remain open on the planned e-learning days and a planned early release days. So that way, elementary, middle, high school, they have parent-teacher conferences. The parent doesn't need to worry about hitting 3 other schools and then coming over to Little Wolves. We've got their kid for the day at Little Wolves, and then our parent-teacher conferences are actually going to be the week after. Yes, but overall, that is our goal. We are very hopeful that the families that we have now, they transition into one of the fabulous 8 elementary schools. And as they ask us, what are your thoughts? Honestly, they're going to be in great hands anywhere they go.
Yeah.
So.
This is really fabulous.
Yes.
Did you ever think you'd be in early childhood education?
No, never, never. But I love it. I love going to work, the kids, and just seeing the fabulous things they're doing. We have a Fabulous Friday Facebook post that we do every Friday. It's uploading pictures, just showing off what we've done at the center over the week. I actually just uploaded some before I made my way over here. This week, we did a lot of working on our letter identification and identifying our name when it's mixed in with other names. We're working on patterning that ABAB. We're practicing cutting using a hole punch for those fine motor skills. The kiddos are working on forming letters with Play-Doh. They were painting letters with shaving cream that was colored, and in science, they're doing different experiments. They had a focus on outer space and the planets not too long ago. So the staff does a really good job of tapping into the interests of the children. If there's this theme that they really like, then they'll go ahead and they'll keep with that theme, providing them many opportunities with it, because that's really what early childhood is getting the kids engaged with what they are doing within their interests. So
yeah, it's like my uncle when he was a kid, the stories say that he would stand next to his mother at the kitchen sink and he'd pull it. What's this word in the New York Times? Like, and he became a librarian.
That's so, yes. And so there's a couple of kids who love the doctor play. There was one of the students yesterday, she actually drew on the little magnetic dry board. She's like, oh, I think you have a cut on your leg. I made stitches for you to stitch up your cut. And then another one, I need you to not talk. I've got to check your heart with a stethoscope. So it'll be really cool to see down the road if these are some of the future doctors, nurses in our community as well, or just what career path they choose to go on.
That is amazing.
Yes.
This is really very exciting.
It is. And what's wonderful too is that it is more attainable for families because of our voucher eligibility. The state has changed voucher eligibility. And so as families expressed interest in enrolling, we actually have them start applying for the voucher system first to see if they are eligible, because it helps out even getting a copay. Our tuition is $165 a week for full day and then $80 a week for half day. But then some families might have a copay that they get in addition to what the state pays for vouchers. And then we collect that as well. So
awesome.
Yeah.
This is really good news for Michigan City.
It is. And you know what? It still is very new. And I have no doubt in my mind that as years go on, we're going to expand and maybe even get into a situation where, like, okay, we have all these kids now that want to come here. What are we going to do? We are set up for 5 classrooms, but we're occupying 3 right now. And then our other 2 rooms, one of those will be transitioned into a 3-year-old room.
That's great.
So, yep, we have the potential to have maybe a 4th 4-year-old room for next year, 2 3-year-old rooms, 3 4-year-old rooms.
Maybe
I know.
you can even build on top of the building.
That would be really cool. I think that Dave over at Sodexo would probably be very, this project has been pretty lengthy, but our Little Wolves side, it looks fantastic. And I know the CTE and South Campus as well, like the work they're doing over there, because we do share a building with them, and just all the opportunities that are provided for the LaPorte County Career Technical Center for students in LaPorte County. It's phenomenal. So many different career paths and ideas for our young adults to tap into.
Well, I think it would be great if you'd come back for an update in a year or 2.
Yeah,
This would be
absolutely.
great.
Yes, absolutely. We're excited about the work we're doing, the staff that I have, the work they're doing with the kids, and just their background in general. They're coming from Imagination Station and Head Start. And I have one instructor, this is her 2nd year with Little Wolves. So she was a part of it from the beginning. So now looking at how it's already evolved so much it's exciting. We're just, who knows what the future holds, but I think it's going to be great things. And I think the families are happy with what we're doing. The kids are happy. They're excited. You know, there were the beginning of the year tears from both parents and students, but like I like to share with parents, this is getting this out of the way now will hopefully make that transition to kindergarten that much smoother.
Right.
Yep.
Great.
Yes.
This is fabulous.
Yes.
Wonderful. So if somebody wants to know about this program, would they contact you? How would they get information?
That's a great question. So we have a Little Wolves website. They could absolutely check out the Little Wolves website.
And what's it? Where is it?
Little Wolves, it is just littlewolves.org. They could go ahead and check that out, or they can go ahead and email me, hmartinez at mcas.k12.in.us.
Okay.
We're also through the district website. We could be located that way. Or sometimes families just stop by and want to get a little bit more information. We're always happy to provide that as well.
I was going to ask if you ever allow families to come and check you out.
Yeah, actually, I gave a tour last Friday and I gave a tour this morning. So, as families request, we're absolutely more than happy. Some families have also been able to message us through Power School, which is our student information system for the district, just requesting more information. So, I'll go ahead and I'll send them an email providing them with that. And if they'd like to come in for a tour, we absolutely welcome it. Yeah.
This is fabulous.
Yeah. Also, following our Facebook page is probably another great way to get as much information and just see the things we're doing to stay in the know of what's happening at Little Wolves.
And that's Little Wolves on Facebook.
Yep. Little Wolves Early Learning Center on Facebook. Yep.
That's great.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah. We're gearing up for another field trip, October 16th. We're
Field
heading
trip.
over. Oh, we do monthly field trips. With the exception of December. December, we're going to have a holiday performance. So that's going to take the place of it. But we're going to Coulter's Pumpkin Patch on October 16th.
Oh, my goodness.
Yep. We've got school pictures in November. We're going to go to the Long Beach Volunteer Fire Department on November 8th. So we're getting around in the city. I try to attend the Coffee Connections to get the word out about Little Wolves. So that way the community is aware, because for a while there, everyone's like, what is this exactly? So I'm trying really hard to spread the message that in the word that this is a pre-K. It's going to be the IT pre-K in Michigan City, I like to say. And I just hope we're making the district and community proud with what we're doing.
Well, I can't imagine you're not. And everybody should be talking about you. That's all I have to say.
Thank you.
And thanks for coming to Coffee Connections. It's a great place to get the word out.
Yes, I appreciate it. Thank you so much for inviting me.
Okay. Creating from the Heart, the Artistry of Living, all about Little Wolves. See you next time.